Previously on Level Locked. The primary objective for 2003 is to complete Legends Quest. Okay, apart from maybe getting bubbles. Yeah, bubbles. The final quest on the road to Legends Quest is Underground Pass. If only King Tyrus knew what was coming his way. But before I can fulfill King Lethius' request of assassinating his brother, I must ascend and prove myself to be the greatest warrior in the world. It is time to become a legend. So, here it is. Quest number 50. The first master difficulty quest in all of Gielinor's history. The road here wasn't easy, and we're by no means done. But it's time to join the Guild of Legends. Now, to join the Legends Guild, we must complete 3 tasks, given to us by the Grand Vizier Radimus Urkel, Chief of Admittance to the Guild. All of these tasks revolve around the exploration of the Khazari jungle, the most southern area of the Isle of Karamja, which had, until this point, seen little contact from the outside world. I would be responsible for mapping out the uncharted territory, establishing a connection with the friendly natives which are believed to live there, and bring back a gift from those natives that can be displayed in the Legends Guild. Those are my 3 tasks, so without further ado, let's get a wriggle on and head to Karamja. Now, one of the main reasons the Khazari jungle has never been explored is the dense wall of vines and trees that block the way. Whilst a hatchet did the trick for the trees, the vines required a new tool, a machete. After hacking away at the vegetation, I took my first steps into the new land. First things first, I should map out the area. Sure, it is what Radimus asked me to do, but it'll also help me with other tasks, since I'll know where all the cool stuff is. I took notes and sketched a map of all that I could see around from the western, central and eastern areas of the jungle. That looks like the thing I needed for the first task. For a Master Quest, difficulty things aren't that hard. It's all going pretty smooth. The next task was to meet friendly locals, but from what I've seen so far, the only ones are aggressive jungle dwellers, wolves and a 6-foot giant mega chicken, none of which seem particularly friendly. I do remember seeing some foresters outside of the jungle. Maybe they could help? And it turns out they can. The foresters carry a special tool called a bull roarer, an instrument that, when spun around, creates a special noise that the local tribesmen will come to you. It seems kind of odd that they have this, considering it only seems useful to people who are actually going to enter the Khazari jungle. But, never mind. These bull roarers aren't cheap though. To part with one, the forest would have to be given a detailed map of the previously unexplored territory to the south. Wait, I've got one! What a coincidence that I've literally just made one and now he wants one. So yeah, I've now got a bull roarer. Back into the jungle, I spun the bull roarer almost immediately, and a person appeared. Do you reckon he was just sitting there waiting, hiding under a bush? The man's name was Gujo, and he was, thankfully, a very friendly local. A member of the Khazari tribe that the jungle was named after. It's strange that nobody had ever met locals in the jungle but still knew the name of their tribe to name the jungle after them. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Gujo's tribe had lost their totem. Not this totem. Or this totem. But another totem which is super important for some reason. Usually the tribe would just plant a new Yomi tree and make a new totem. But the tribe shaman, Undugudala, is the only person who has the seeds. And he's trapped in a cave somewhere. Oh yeah, also there's an ancient evil demon wrapped up somewhere in this. I'm starting to think this might be easier just to steal the totem and bring it back to the Legends Guild. No one said I didn't or couldn't steal one. And who's gonna know? I could just give him the map, tell him I met this guy, and tell him that he gave me this. Wouldn't have to do no demon fighting. Wouldn't have to try and fix no tribes. Easy. But that's not how we do it here. So I guess we have a shaman to save. I found the cave in question, the Vielde cave system to be specific. Gujo seemed to have missed some important information. Ungundulu wasn't just trapped in a cave. He was trapped in a cave surrounded by demonic fire that would scorch anybody who got close. And it could only be extinguished by the purest of water. According to Gujo, this pure water can be gathered from a sacred pool in the middle of the jungle. But it can only be carried in a bowl made from sun metal, whatever that is. Turns out, it's just gold. Plain, standard gold. All I had to do was make a bowl from some gold bars and get Gujo to bless it. Boom! Hey presto, can now collect pure water. So, problem solved, right? Just take the bowl into the cave and pour it on the fire. Well, this is where I realised Gujo really enjoys leaving out all the super important information every time he talks to me. To actually do anything useful with this holy pure water, I have to put it into a special enchanted vial. I'm not quite sure how to make these special enchanted vials, but I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be some information in the caves from earlier. So let's go and explore and see if I can find some broken lockpicks, some fairly simple riddles later. I found myself surrounded by magical energy and was gifted a book by whatever mystical powers existed down here. This book looked exactly like it had the details I needed to enchant my vials, and also contained information on binding the demonic energies to humans. Just like I planned, my magical new vials were perfect for carrying holy water, so I took it back to the cave, briefly extinguished the fire, and passed through the barrier to talk to Ungundulu. According to some of his notes, he had attempted to summon his ancestors so that he could pay a tribute to them, but in the process ended up spiritually tied to a demon. Well, I'm glad that book we found had exactly what we needed for this situation. One quick spell later, I released Ungundulu from the pain and evil tied to him. Unfortunately for me, this wasn't the end. Instead of just accepting defeat and disappearing, the demon popped out and started to fight back. The demon called Nizixin, I ain't even bothering, was no match for my magic. He died. Dropped the Yomi tree seeds that I needed. Let's go plant them, but first we need to get out this fire. But conveniently, now that the demon had gone, the fire won't hurt me, because you know, only evil fire can burn, not normal fire. Don't worry about it. All I needed to do was plant these seeds and to germinate them with some of the sacred water from the spring. Speaking of that, where the hell has it all gone? Turns out, the water source is blocked underground, further into the Viildi caves than I'd gone before, and this was blocked by some evil spirits. I definitely should have just stolen one of the totems and gone back home. Anyway, back into the cave I went, requiring extreme bravery, so much bravery that I had to have a bravery drink from a bravery potion to become brave enough to continue down there. I found 3 skeletal warriors who had bound their lives to protect the holy water from the evil spirits. Clearly they didn't do a very good job with that. So I killed them, took the heart-shaped gem they carried to unlock the next area with me. Here I found the sacred water, but I still couldn't take it, because why would anything in this quest be that simple? The source was guarded by Encht Zekin, a ghost who was being tortured by an evil sorcerer, Vieldi, who the cave was named after. He wanted to kill Vieldi to free himself from the suffering, but there was something oddly suspicious about this ghost. Something to do with the fact that his name literally is an anagram of that demon. The demon from earlier. Yeah, of course, yeah, it was the demon. One quick fight later and the demon's dead. Again. But surely this time he'll stay dead. Possibly? Anyway, I unblocked the water, headed back to the pool to the surface. With the Yomi tree now fully grown, I cut it and shaped it to form a new totem, exactly how Gujo wanted it. All that was left to do was purify the old totems which had become corrupt by the demon. So I took the new totem to the old ones, and hang on, how does totems become corrupted by the demon if he's dead? Yeah, he wasn't dead. But he is now, I hope. All good video game bosses die on the 3rd go, right? That's how this works? Anyway, it doesn't matter, because Gujo was happy enough to give me a special gilded totem to take back to the Legends Guild. And if the demon does come back, it's not my problem, because I am out. See ya! When I got back, I gave Rasmus the totem pole, and he told me to meet him inside the main guild, which is reserved exclusively for members of the Legends Guild. And I think we all know what this means. I took my first steps through the doors, and boom! I'm officially a legend. Not only am I now a certified legend, but I'm also finished with 2003. So now it's time to face one of the biggest, most content-packed years, 2004. A new year full of skilling, magic, quests, new areas. Time to hunt for some very special new weapons, the Dragon Scimitar. Before we go, I'd just like to say thank you very much to everyone that has watched the episode so far, given me some feedback, and if you haven't already, please do drop a subscription on the YouTubes, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!